Alright, so I just wanted to talk about how to create a contact sheet. So contact sheets, this is kind of something that um, started with film, right? So back when we used to shoot on film, you get 36 shots on a roll, and then you have to go back and you'd have to develop the roll, and then you'd end up with negatives, not prints. You just have negatives of the image that you shot. So what you would do is you'd take all those negatives and you lay them on a piece of paper and then expose them to light. And you end up with what we call a contact sheet. So it'd be a real small version, the size of the negative, of all your pictures laid out. So you could look at them and kind of decide which ones you wanted to print and which ones were good. So this is still useful for us today. We can use it to print out information that we want about our photos. Maybe to share with a client, or in this case, sometimes when we have projects in class, I'm going to ask you to turn in a contact sheet so I can see all the work that you did, and we can, anyhow, yeah, so we're going to create some contact sheets. Certainly helps you, you can look at all your pictures and kind of decide which one you like. So kind of, it's like a way of taking what you see in Lightroom and printing it out or saving it so you can share it with somebody else. So in Lightroom, you guys, for today's assignment, just to make it easy, I want you to print out I want you to put on your contact sheet your 9 best photos. So that should be your portfolio shots. You can pick out your 9 best photos that you've taken all year. Now, a couple assignments ago, I did ask you to organize your photos and give them a color label. So that should make them real easy for you to find. So if I go in here to all my photographs, I got 1,378 photos loaded in here. And some of them are just, random photos from class assignments. Some of them are family photos. Who knows what all this stuff is, right? So what I can do is up here, I'm in the library mode. Up here at the top, I can go to my filters. And remember, I told you to pick a color. So I picked a color for red for my favorite photos of my youngest daughter here. So I'll hit the red button and it pulls up those 9 photos that I selected. All right, so now to create the contact sheet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to print. And here we are on print. So a lot of times you'll probably pull this up and maybe it'll just be a single image. Who knows? I don't even know. Large image maybe. Do they even have a size here? So anyhow, what we want to do is over here on the right hand side, we want to choose single image / contact sheet. And then we could go in here and manually, figure out our layout. Or we could go over here and use one of these templates. I'm just going to leave it. Actually, it's on large. So I'm just going to show you how to do it over here because we only want 9 photos. So the ideal thing is you don't really want to have more spots than you're actually going to put photos on here, right? So if I go over here and use their contact template, it's got spots for, tons of photos. And I don't really get to see my images as big as I want to. So I'm just going to go ahead and create my own template here. So over on the right-hand side, first on my image settings, I want to go ahead and set it to zoom to fill and rotate to fit. And then to see if I have all 9 photos selected here, if I scroll through these, they're just all on their own page at the moment. So I want to get them all on one page. So I'm going to go down here, and so on the next part it says layout. I went ahead and this has some margins set up. I kind of recommend a 0.25 margins all the way around, so there's a little bit of space. And then it says page grid. So right now I have 1 row, 1 column. So that's 1 photo per page. So if I go to 2 rows, now I got 2 photos per page because I got 2 rows, 1 column. If I go to 2 columns, now I got 4 photos per page, right? So to get 9 here, we'll go 3 by 3. And now I have all 9 photos on there, right? So pretty nice. Now they're all, whichever template I chose here. They're all kind of like just stacked right on top of each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go over here and give them a little bit of spacing. So cell spacing. I'm going to give them a little bit of vertical spacing, a little bit of horizontal spacing. So there's some space between them here. So maybe a 0.25 and a 0.25 here again. All right. This is nice. Now I can see all of my photos here. Now you might be seeing some grids on yours. So the grids are nice. You can come in here and actually like use the grids to kind of manually adjust your photos without having to know which one it is here. I'm going to go back to 0.25 and 0.25. Anyhow, I like to turn off the grids definitely before you save it or print it out. You want to turn off the grids. Or the guides, sorry. And then down here, page background color, we'll leave it white. We don't really need an identity plate. But what I do want you guys to add, and we don't need watermarking, is down here where it says photo info. So we do want to turn on photo info. And right now it's set to file name, so that's kind of useful. So I know what the file is called if I'm looking for it. But I want to go ahead and customize this. So I'm going to go down to edit, and we're going to add some more information here. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So first off, I do want the file name. So that's useful information for me. But I also want to see the camera settings. So when you turn this in, I want to see camera settings. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a space after the preset file name thing here. And then I'm going to add in the camera settings. So if I go down here under EXIF data, I'm going to look for exposure. All right, so now that tells me what the shutter speed was and what the f-stop was, but it doesn't tell me what the ISO is. So I want to add in ISO too. So I'm going to go over here and, oops, take away that exposure. Hit the down arrow, and I'm going to look for ISO speed rating, and that threw that in there too. Now again, pay attention. I'm putting spaces between each one so that they're not just crammed right up against each other. Kind of makes it look a little bit neater. And for this one, I want you to also tell me, I want to see what mode you shot these in. So I'm going to go down here and I want to see exposure mode. So whether you shot in manual mode, aperture priority, full auto. I think that's a good idea. So exposure program here. Oh, no, that's not it. Not exposure program. Which one is it? Exposure. Oh, maybe it is exposure program. Yeah, let's do exposure program. Hit done. No, see, that's telling me normal. So that must not be right. So let me go back in here and customize that again. Oops. So we don't need exposure program in there twice anyways. Metering mode. Huh. Huh, maybe it doesn't have it. Could have sworn that when I was looking at it at school it had a or maybe just my model of camera these were taken with doesn't have whether it was manual or shutter priority. All right, so let's not worry about that for right now then. Exposure bias, exposure program, metering mode. See what metering mode is. No, that's pattern. That's not what I want. So yeah, for you guys, let's put in exposure. Let's just leave it alone. Let's not do that. All right, so let's just go file name, exposure, and ISO rating. That's what I want to see. I'll hit done. Now, to print this out, so you can turn it into Schoology for the assignment today, We're going to go down here to also, you can see font size. So you can adjust the font size. Let's make it at least 10 points so I can actually read it. Yeah, 10 points should be good. So I'm going to go down here to the printer. And I'm going to switch my printer to Adobe PDF. So that'll save it as a PDF file so that you can turn it into Schoology. So hit OK. And then we'll go ahead and go ahead and it pops up and it says, where do you want to save the file? So I'm going to go ahead and save it in my documents. And I'm going to call this one the contact sheet assignment. And we're going to go ahead and click save. And now if I go into my documents here, oh, there you go, pulled it up. So there we go. I have a PDF file here. It pulled it up on its own. Anyhow, that I could go ahead and turn in. Wow, it looks very orangey. That must just be PDF. The PDF. But anyhow, that I could turn into Schoology, right? So it has my photos along with the settings that it was taken with in the file name. All right. So that's it. Turn that PDF into Schoology.